regret not saying hi. This is terrible. But anyways, guys, hey la rasta. But anyway, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tian, for those of you who don't know. And for my returning subscribers, what I do best is welcome to it. Please be sure to give this video a big beautiful thumbs up. And for those of you who are not subscribed, please be sure to click the subscribe button down. On this video, I'll be telling you guys all about Grindr, like all the tea you need to know about Grindr. And I'll also be sharing like some of my Grindr experiences in a form of story times, if I may. So without any further ado, let's move on to the first things first. What is Grindr? You know, Grindr is if I try to explain Grindr is like, okay, when you get on Play Store, they tell you that Grindr is a gay chat app, you get. So initially it was created for like gay dating, you get, but it's not there. If I do say so myself, we go on Grindr for copulation, guys. We go on Grindr to get hookups. We go on Grindr to do nasty stuff. If I'm being honest, because you can't go on Grindr and want a relationship. People, they are freaky. If I do say so myself, people on Grindr are freaky, and that's what you should know. And that's why you should stay away from Grindr. Yeah. That's what I want to say. You get, so when you get on Grindr, they will like, so I'll put a picture somewhere here. On Grindr, they'll want a display picture, which is optional. Everything is optional, by the way. They'll want your display picture, your bio, your position, your tribe, your ethnicity, your weight, your height, your where you'd like to meet, what you're looking for, if you accept NSFW pictures. I hope I said that right. And you can also link your social media accounts. So you get, that's too much information for wanting a relationship. What is my position doing now, you get. So Grindr is tricky, guys. So now we move on to the part, okay, the whole reason, isn't reason, not reason, but like the whole thing behind this video, what happened, you get. So this is what had happened. So for the sake of, okay, a quick disclaimer. If you think this story is about you, it's not about you. You're lying to yourself. And last but not least, in the comment section. This is not about you. Like, I know your papa, but not papili. Me. So I'm gonna start with my worst Grindr experience, and then I'll go to my sort of like good. It wasn't the best, but it was not bad at all. You get. So shall find so I like this is last year and I was in first year, and it's safe to say I was addicted to Grindr. Like, like if I'm not doing anything, I'd be on Grindr. You get. Right, so one night it happened that I was on Grindr, right? Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention, there are after nines on Grindr. I don't know what you guys refer them to, but I refer them to after nines. So those are your straight guys that like do things with your gay guys, you get. I'm on Grindr. This profile, it doesn't have a name. It only has the distance for it. No, this person is like 100 and something meters away from you, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So this person taps me. I tap back. It's like tapping is like swiping right and left on Tinder, if you know Tinder. But even if without tapping or what, on Grindr you can chat to someone who hasn't swiped right to you or who hasn't tapped you, right? This guy is like, do you want to hook up? Obviously, why am I on Grindr? You get. I'm like, nah, it's cool. And I'm like, do you stay in a single occupancy room? Like, don't you have a roommate or something like that? And then he was like, nah, I have a roommate, but we can go to the bathroom toilet. You get. Now, if you know Rise, yo, if you know, like, I don't know, if you know Rise, at Rise, there are floors, name. And then there's a rooftop. At the rooftop, there's like your rooftop toilet, right? And it's quite spacious. So, like, this guy was like, let's go to the rooftop toilet. In my head, I'm like, I don't want to do that. You get. And then I told him, like, I'm not sure about the rooftop toilets, but my roommate is not here. You can come over. And he's like, nah, we can try the laundry room toilet. I'm like, wait a damn minute. What's with you at public toilets? You get. But so on that day, I remember on that day, I was like, nah, fam, I'm not about to do that in the rooftop toilet and stuff like that. Fine, it passes, you get. I think 2 days later, the same guy texts me. He's like, you really don't want to come to the rooftop? Guys, I don't want to lie to you. This was at like 1 a.m. and you find that there's nobody in the rooftop yet. And I remember it was winterish, it was cold, you get. So I'm like, 1+1, should I go? So sometimes it's just go and see what goes, you get. So the agreement was that I'm just gonna get there and suck something, you get. I'm embarrassed already, so the agreement was that I get there, you get to do the thing, and we leave, like we leave. Grand Sharp. Guys, when I tell you that I went to the rooftop not using the elevator, I lived in floor 7, me, and the rooftop was in floor 15. But your girl, she's take the stairs. So I'm fine, I take the stairs. When I get to the rooftop, like there are two sides. There's the other side where's the chilling side, and the other side where's the gym side, and the bathrooms are like on the gym side, you get. So I go to the other side, that's not where the bathroom is. And then we still texting on Grindr, me and this guy, you get. And then he's like, oh damn, I left, you get. Imagine I took stairs from floor 7 to floor 15. That's a lot. Yeah. Shall fine. I'm like, no, it's grand. He's like, are you at the rooftop? I'm like, yeah, I'm at the rooftop toilet because I had rented the toilet there. So in the toilet, there's where like the toilet is, like the last part where like the toilet is, me. And then there's the first part where you get your basin, your mirror. I don't know what they call them. Like it was divided. It had 2 parts. You get. So I got into the toilet and I was in the first part. So now he gets in. And then he's like, mind you, the lights were off. I don't know why. I think it was part of the agreement, if I'm not mistaken. The lights were off. But it was still so fucking bright in there. I could literally see everything, you get. Sharp, he gets in, he's on his phone. Me, I don't know him because he didn't have a profile picture. So it was kind of weird because we both didn't know each other at that time. It was just strangers trying to do freaky things. Sharp, this guy gets into the toilet. Ne? When he gets in, I'm in the first part of the toilet where there's no toilet seat, obviously. And he's like, are you using the toilet? I'm like, no, you can get in. And then he gets in. When he gets in, he's like, I'm in the toilet. He just passed me. He's like, I'm in the toilet. I'm like, is this you? With a question mark. He gets out of the toilet and he's like, let's not talk. Let's just get into the business. Did I not get on my knees? Did I not? Did I not? By sharp fine, here's the part of this. Like, guys, I got on my knees, name, and he took out his thing. Now I'm there. I don't I don't know how to explain this then. So I got there. I'm like, obviously you get into it. Like, I don't know if you guys have done this there. But when you do it, like, you don't just get there and you like rah, 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 first. Like, I don't know, you get into it. I don't know, like, you start at a slower pace and then you speed up as time goes on if you want to also. Yeah. So I'm there, I'm like, so now I'm on my knees, he's standing, he's starting to hold my shoulders, as in like he's starting to hold my shoulder. Guys, did that guy not come in like 20 something seconds? I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even lying to you. I was like, so me initially when he held my shoulders, I was like, okay, my G is about to help me. You get what I'm saying? He's about to, hey! And this guy is ejaculating. Yes, I've never been that defeated. Like, I've never been that defeated. And after that, I remember I asked him, I'm like, are you okay? Which was kind of weird because I feel like to him it was normal, but to me it was like, But I asked him, I was like, are you okay? Like, are you fine? He's like, yeah, no, I'm fine. And I'm leaving. Oh, now he leaves. Now I'm left alone in the toilet. Guys, I don't want to know, say I never laughed this much. Imagine, I laughed so hard. So fine. After that, I leave the toilet, and then I go back to my room. Obviously, when I get there, I text him. Guys, I still texted him. I'm like, no, my brother, you still need to redeem yourself. What was all that? And then he blocked me sharp. He blocked me. It's fine. It was not that deep. How? This other day, so like there's this part where like you wait for the elevator area basically. So I get there, I find him and my friend we get. So obviously like most of my friends when I greet them I hug them. I hug my friend. When I turn, he's no longer there. Until my friend saw that he ran. I was like, no, he didn't have to do all that because it was just a hookup. I don't have any business with him, and I'm not gonna greet him in public. You get, because he won't greet me in public. You get, it was just a stupid thing that I did then and there, and I doubt if I do it again. Yo, let me not say that. but it's just like it was just, and like I meet him and you see that he's so uncomfortable when he meet him to a point where I sometimes say to run, like that guy used to run for his life basically, and I didn't see the need of that because why are you running? Like, why do you act like I'm gonna do something to you, or why do you act like I'm gonna confront you? You get, so I was like, I cool, it's chai. We're gonna get onto the. Should I get onto the other one? No. The best part. Yo, this was my favorite grand experience, even though nothing happened. As usual, I'm on Grindr. Shafam. There's this guy. I remember he only had pictures of his body, and he had a nut body. You get, he had a nut body, your thighs. And if you know me, guys, one thing that turns me on is a firm butt. Like, a guy has to have a nut butt, you get. So he posted his pictures from the back. So you get that, who this creamy thing, who this crispy thing, you get. Now I view this guy, and then he texts me. He was like 30 something meters away. He texts me and he's like, don't you wanna hook up? Like, he didn't say that, I'm lying. I remember we spoke before we got to the hookup part. Like, we asked each other about each other's well-being. We strangers on Grindr. We just spoke and spoke and spoke, right? And then now we got to the part whereby he asked me if I didn't want to hook up. No, before that he asked me what I liked during guys, I don't want to say sex. It sounds so wrong. It's like I'm a primary. But he asked me what I like, and then he told me what he also liked to give. And then now it was a thing of let's hook up. Yeah. That time my roommate, one thing about my roommate, he was always not there. I don't know why. But he was always not there. You get. I'm like, nah, my roommate said he will come tomorrow, so you can somehow come to my room. And then he's like, what's your room number? I give him my room number. And then he's like, you in Varsity Studios, right? So the Varsity Studios is the building next to the one that I was living in. I was living at Rise. Varsity Studios is next door. You get. So he's like, you have Varsity Studios, right? I'm like, nah, I'm at Rise. He's like, oh damn, I was really looking forward to seeing you and to babsing with you. Yeah, I'm like, but we can still do it though. Because like, like sometimes I feel like talking to someone on Grindr, sometimes it's just cute, man. It's just cute. Like you guys have something to talk about. Like your chat is not your like normal grind. Did I say normal? I didn't say normal. It's like your typical Grindr chat whereby it's all about sex, it's all about hookup. You guys talk, you get. Now that time I was like, it was sad because he was next door, you get. So fine. Now that night we kept on talking, you get. We kept on talking even though we were not in the same building and we couldn't hook up at that time. I remember our buildings also had curfews at that time, so you weren't allowed to leave at a certain time or come back at a certain time or sign someone in at a certain time again. So we kept on talking on Grindr. Yeah, and it turned out that that guy that like you see that like last year I was not your freaky girl, so like some of the things I wasn't doing, and like we were so open to each other. I was like, no, I'm not comfortable doing this. I'm comfortable doing this, and I'm not comfortable doing that. You get. And then he was like, he gave me his WhatsApp number. He was like, I feel like you're not ready to have sex with me. So like, take my number. Once you're ready, text me on WhatsApp with your name. You get. And I'm like, alright, cool. You get. So that night I remember I went to the laundry room and I was washing my laundry. And then we were talking there, we were talking. Shall fine, it ended at like 2, 3 a.m. I slept. Next morning, I think it was also winter at that time. Next morning I go to the study area because I used to like studying in the study area, you get. So I go to the study area. So obviously when you take a break, you like, let me check WhatsApp, let me check Facebook. Me, I'm like, let me check Grindr. Because that's where that's where like the action was. Fine. What happened was he was so as I said on Grindr, when you view someone, it shows like it notifies them. Not notify, but they can see that you viewed them, right? So I viewed him and I was in the study area and he texted me, he was like, why are you viewing me? And I was like, I don't know. Like I enjoy talking to you guys. I'm so weak. Me? Weak. I'm like, I enjoy talking to you. Wada, you get. And he's like, oh, that's so cute. And then he was like, come through for cuddles. It's cold. Like I could do everything for cuddles. I could even leave my books. So shall fine. I go to my room. Obviously you have to smell good. You have to like, I go to my room like, and then he's like, and then he was like, so I'll tell you when I'm outside so that you can come and then we can like I can sign you in. You get. Shall fine, I freshen up and then I go downstairs. So if you know, right, a lot of y'all maybe don't know, right? At the reception area, there are sofas you get. So I'm sitting on those sofas. Now he's not talking, he's not saying anything, you get. And then I text him, I'm like, you'll tell me when you're outside, right? And then he's like, yo, something came up. My friend just called me saying that we have to go to the mall. Don't. You get, he was just telling me about how his friend is forcing him to go to the mall with him. And then he even sent me screenshots of how that friend was telling him that they're going to the mall. Yeah, force. You get, this guy doesn't understand that I have to get cuddles. And okay, chumyaki mare nami ndifune cuddles. You get. But I was it was just fine. Remember, he gave me his number saying I should text him. Sharp. After that, obviously, I left Grindr for a while. Like, okay, not immediately after that, but there was a point where I left Grindr for quite some time. I got in relationships. I got, yeah, and I felt like he said I should text him when I'm ready. Yeah, was I ready? I felt ready. And then I took his number, I remember. And I texted him, guess what, yo, what I said, guys? Yo, I still feel down for that. He said I should text me with what? My name. I said, hey, stranger. Still today, I'm still on his blue ticks, guys, yo. And I always see him, I'm like, Because obviously, Hatfield is very small, I believe. And yo, I always see him. I regret not saying hi. This is Tiamo. But anyways, guys, hey la rasta. But anyway, guys, I feel like that's it for my Grindr. I actually do have a lot of Grindr stories, but these are like my highlight stories on Grindr because what the fuck. If you want to hear more about my Grindr stories, like just comment down below. We want more. Hey, I also have Tinder experiences, child, because your girl is busy. Yeah. So if you wanna hear more about that, just like comment on the leave a comment down below, and I'll decide if I do them or I don't. But like that's it for my grand experiences. And a quick disclaimer, guys: I've never had sex with a stranger from Grindr. I swear to you, the most extreme thing I've done from Grindr is obviously suck someone's dick because you can. If you missed this part of the video, thank you so much for viewing. Thank you so much for stopping back by. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and yeah, tell her what you can. From me to you guys, love and light, sugar and spice, and all things nice. Dini Tanda. Hooray. Bye.